Rocky2Grimey, bro. Man, I feel
What
like
up?
my head's still hurting from the face off, bro. Yo, like, god damn, bro.
It got a
So
it got a little tense in there for a minute, but like I said, I mean that's to be expected when y'all bring that guy up, man. So you know.
understood, understood. We might get into that, later during this conversation. But for now, you know what I'm saying? You got a big battle with Catalyst coming up. We heard everything that needed to be said in the face off earlier. And I really just want to know, like, what are your thoughts going into this battle? What is your goal? Like, what do you want people to feel when this battle is over?
Um, I think for me, it's respect, right? Like at least in the wave war space, because I pretty much I've got respect in Web3 already. You know, I've done a lot here. Like that's documented. Can't take any of that away. Um, but there is a blemish.
Mm,
After having that battle with Prophet, and we all know what happened that night. But I did take the L on paper, um, and that gets brought up a lot. You know what I'm saying? It
mm,
gets it gets thrown in my face a lot. It's like, well, you lost. And I had such a run, like such an initial run from when I came into Web3 of just like consistently winning things, you know? And that's why a lot of times I'll be hesitant to even want to do like battles and stuff like that because I'm not really the one who gets anything out of it, but I have something to lose from it because people
mm.
can, if you beat me, then like you get to say that, you beat Rocky, you know, and that's like a big deal to people, and they're going to use that and they're going to keep on bringing it up. It's a blemish for me, but if me beating somebody, it's not really, it doesn't change anything, so like that's kind of my perspective. So it's kind of just like one going against this dude who is kind of like one of the most popping in the WaveWarZ setting, going against him and beating him and kind of just like solidifying that I am actually a threat, and then I
Nah,
should be taken
facts.
serious, because I think some of the people here aren't taking me seriously.
Mm.
Um, like I said, I've done a lot in Web3, so there are a lot of people who know what I've done and don't really question it. But in Wave Wars specifically, there's a lot of people that were not around at that time, or are new to the space in general. Like Catalyst is new. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been here. Um, so a lot of the people that are here, they don't really know. Like I only met you in the last like 2 years.
Right.
Granted, 2 years is a while, but like you weren't, you missed the other three. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just met Candy last year. You know what I'm saying? Like Candy met me when I was saying, I called last year like my bop era. She met me when I put out bounce and stuff like that. So she's not familiar with like a lot of the other things that I've done. So it's for me it's just about proving and showing that I am the guy that I say I am, pretty much.
Totally understood, man. I mean, I already believe in your potential. That's why we had you on for the first battle in the first place. I definitely think you're not only talented as an artist, but you're also very good at getting people to care about what you do. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's a drop, whether that's a battle, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I will give you your props on that. Shout out to Zune and Jay Harmony in the chat. Yo, good to see y'all, bro. But yeah, if you have any questions for Rocky, definitely drop them in the chat. Let me know. But yeah, dog. That's why I was like, that's why I kept coming at you, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you need a battle, because I actually see, you might, I don't know if you like battling or not, but like you have a natural inclination to like get events popping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm a very competitive person, but like because that's the thing. Like I do have a love for the sport of it. I love competition. I love things like that. But I think that I've gotten into a place now where I try to step away from that because I'm more focused on my other goals. You know,
Mm,
like my goals are not the same as like other people. You know, like I've been doing music for over 20 years at this point. You know, so it's like I was battling, you know, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was never trying to be a URL rap battler. You know, there are people like that's what they want to do. You know, there are some people in this space where it's like their ultimate goal is they want to get on the URL stages. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like that, you know, guys that come to AGS with, you know, over with me and Thanos and stuff, they're guys where their ultimate goal is like they want to start here, but they eventually want to get there, you know? And my goals are just different. So it's like I'm not looking down at, you know, people who have these other goals. It's just that my goals are a little different than yours. So it's like when
mm.
people are saying to me like, yo, you need to do this in WaveWarZ, you need to do this over here, it's like, bro, that's just extracurricular activity to me. I'm not really like I'm stopping my other things that I need to do to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a 5 hour session yesterday, and you know, a good majority of what I did yesterday was in preparation for this battle. That's how
Mm.
seriously I'm taking it. But it's like, in retrospect, if I wasn't doing this, I could have spent that 5 hours doing other things that need to be done because I got a ton of shit that I need to do. You know, so it's just the perspective. Um, yeah, it's really just that perspective, man. But you know, I don't mind doing it every now and then, especially like when I build a rapport with somebody. Like you know, me and you got a pretty good rapport, so it's like you know, you ask me to do something, I don't mind doing it if it makes sense. But it's like I'm not just coming out here just like battling everybody every week because then I feel like it loses the value. You know,
Mhm.
I want there to be a value in a Rocky battle. You know, like everybody talks about the fact that it's like, oh, Rocky only had one battle and he lost it. Okay, but that was the first one and it was probably the biggest one that we had. I don't know that for sure, but I mean, like, it was probably, you know, one of the
It's
bigger
up there.
ones,
It's up there. Exactly.
you know? So it's like, and I did that a year ago, you know? So anything that I do, like you said, I do draw attention. I command the attention, and people are going to care about it. And I feel like if you're constantly oversaturating that, that decreases the value.
That's real talk, man. But so out of all the people, oh, we have one a couple questions here. Shout out Stilo. I see you in the chat, man. Rocky, how long have you been rapping for, and are there any other lyricists that inspire you?
Oh yeah. So I'm 34. Um, I wrote my first song when I was 11. Technically, I was enjoying music before that. You know, I want to say like, you know, I remember myself early as like 3 years old coming up with like melodies and stuff in my head, like just freestyling things, but never like actually like come writing anything down. Um, and you know, I loved music, listen to music, and I would learn the songs. And like when I was in, you know, like second and third grade, I used to get up in front of the class and like sing songs and stuff like that, perform songs in front of school. Not my songs, but like other people's songs. And then when I was 11, I started like writing my own shit. So yeah, that's like 20 something, 24 years that I've been writing and recording. Um,
Wow.
and as far as like my inspirations, yeah, like a lot. They said lyricists specifically, so like Lloyd Banks, Eminem is my favorite rapper. He's number one. Um, Fabulous is another one. Because he they said lyricists specifically. Jada. Um, I really like Joyner Lucas. I really like Joyner Lucas. I wouldn't say he inspired me because I was rapping way before he came out. But he's a guy that I like, you know, today. Um, yeah, Fab, M, Banks, Jada, um, Busta, Method Man, Redman. Can't forget those guys. Like it's so many, man.
Right.
I'm rooted in the game for real.
Okay, so we got some more questions. from Stilo. He says, "What kind of music will you be bringing, and how will your range fit with the vibe Catalyst is gonna bring?"
So really not. I'm not trying to match his vibe.
Mm,
You know, I kind of I feel like I know what Catalyst is gonna come with, like at least the type of energy, the type of music that he makes. Um, I think it's gonna all be dope stuff. I expect them to come with some dope music. I expect them to come with stuff that's like I said, it's gonna get the crowd jumping, and it's gonna have this certain type of energy with it. And I'm not sure I can match him with that, so I'm not even gonna try to. Um, I'm just gonna come with what I do specifically, and I'm very versatile. I do so many different things. I don't have just like you can't really put me in a box when it comes to music. Um, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show y'all different aspects of what I'm capable of doing. Some of it is going to be directly aimed at him, and some of it will just be me just trying to show off good music like that. I just want to let y'all see the good music, the good quality music, the way it sounds, instrumentation, the writing, all of these different aspects that I bring to the table. I think that's what's going to differentiate us tomorrow. Sunday. I keep saying tomorrow.
nah, you good, man. I actually created a clip of like from the quick battles of one of you and Catalyst's quick battles, and the feedback that DJ Wavy gave was that your sound is more refined and ready for the mainstream, etc., as opposed to Catalyst. So hearing you say that here, does make a lot of sense. So when you accepted this battle, because I know I've come at you with a lot of battles. I've come at you with a lot of different folks. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the people, why did you accept the battle against Catalyst of all people?
Honestly, and I might have said this in a space before. I feel he reminds me of a younger me, like legitimately, and that's not like to little bro him or anything. Like I think very highly of myself, so for me to say that like I kind of see a lot of me in him, um, that's pretty much the reason why I respect what he does. Um, I do think that he can up his game a little bit, but he has time to do that. We all have time to do that. Obviously, like I get better every day. I'm better than I was. I'm 34. I'm better than I was at 24.
Mm.
If I wasn't, that would be a problem. And I think when we did the battle with myself, it was pretty clear that the me today was better than the me of yesterday. And literally, I feel like today on April 10th, I'm better than I was on April 9th.
Mm.
I literally get better every single day. So I see the potential that Catalyst has um, off of some of the music that I've heard. I can tell, even like with his upbringing, the stuff that he grew up listening to is kind of like my era. So he has like some of those same kind of the same kind of enjoyment of the same kind of music. We listen to the same type of stuff. We're inspired by the same type of stuff. I think he just does it because he's younger than me. He does it in a more modern way. He sounds like the generation that he's in. You understand what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like me, I don't sound like this generation. People don't listen to my music and think this sounds like today. Louis makes the joke that he like to say like, "Yo, you sound like 1999." Thank you. That's I'm going for that. Like I don't want to be what is considered today's because I'm just it's a different thing. Um, I want to be able to exist in this climate doing what I do, doing what I'm passionate about, doing what I love. Because some people are gonna like it and some people aren't gonna like it, but I'm not making it for that crowd. I'm making it for the people who appreciate certain types of, appreciate the instrumentation, appreciate the lyrics, the writing. I'm very big on writing. I appreciate those little things. Some people listen to music, they just listen to the beat and they just dance to it. They don't even care what the song is saying. That's cool, but that's not me though.
Understood, man. Understood. So you have a very high amount of confidence, and it seems to rub some people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that got beefs with you. I noticed that, ever since we started kicking it with you and stuff, it's all type of people that come around that got some kind of beef or like, be dropping memes about you, blah blah blah. Does any of this stuff affect you? Why do you think people come at you so much? Like, have you ever been introspective and been like, yo, what's going on? Like, yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when you look at like the actual industry, like the actual music industry, um, this is what happens. That there's a quote they say, first they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again.
Mm.
Um, I feel like in Web3, like that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I came in, everybody got to remember, like shit don't happen overnight. Like I don't become the Rocky2Grimey that I am today without the stuff that I did 5 years ago. If you wasn't here 5 years ago and you didn't see that stuff, then you just wasn't here and you didn't see it. But I didn't just come in here um, being the top guy or being or already having the power to sell as many NFTs as what I sold. Nah, I came in here and I put in the work. I did things, you know what I'm saying, and I made a name for myself. People don't they just see you when you're already here, and then
Mm.
it's like, well, I'm not here. I should be there. I deserve that more than you. If you deserve it more than me, then you should have worked as hard as me to get it. And that's why I get upset at some of these guys, because there's literally people who have been in this space just as long as I have and are not as successful as me and not as relevant as me. And I'm not comparing my journey to anybody else's journey. We all have our own journey, and you can't measure your success off of somebody else's. But don't be mad that I'm in a position that I put myself in and you're not. You got the same 24 hours as I got. You understand what I'm saying? If I met you in 2022 and I was just coming in here at 2022 and it's 2026 and everybody knows me but nobody knows you, like what's the disconnect? Obviously I did something, to make these things happen. So I think it's just, jealousy happens. It's a lot of things that happen and a lot of things that come with it. And, fortunately enough, I have enough thick skin to be able to handle some of the things that I deal with. Like, I deal with a lot of shit, Hurricane. Like, you don't even
Yeah,
see
I
all
see
of
that. I see.
it.
I see
Like,
it, bro.
it's a lot of things that, if I were not the person that I am, like, uh, a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle some of the stuff I deal with. Like, and that's just real talk. Like, you talk about, like cyberbullying, like that's a real thing. People harm themselves off of things that people say on the internet. The internet can be a brutal, disgusting place. People take pictures of you. We got AI now. Now you can do all these crazy things with AI. People make AI songs about you, and people say things and spread lies about you, and nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining.
Damn.
You know
Quote
what I'm saying?
that. Crazy
So
work.
it's really just for me, like being able to have a clear head, because I know who I am, right? Like
Facts.
I know who I am. I know what I've done. You can't bully me. I'm not like you know what I'm saying? It's like a motherfucker is gonna take a picture of me that like I put on the internet myself and try to bully me with it. As if, like, how does that work? I don't understand. Like I put it there. I
Nah, bro.
I would really have to be like super, like a motherfucker is going to take a picture of me at an event outside, meeting people, shaking hands with people, giving people hugs, and then take that same picture and post it on the internet like I didn't stand in front of the camera for it to be taken. I'm supposed to be embarrassed about it? Like that don't make you can't do that shit with me, bro. Like
I feel you,
it's,
dog.
it's 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 silly. You know what I'm saying? Like one, like motherfuckers that know me, like I've been athletic all my life, bro. I've been, went to the gym, all, you know what I'm saying, like all that stuff. I get a little chubby, like I'm getting older. Our bodies are different. Our metabolisms is different. I'm eating good. You see a little chubbiness in my cheeks, that just means I'm eating steaks and salmons and I'm eating good. You know, you mad like you should want these chubby cheeks. You're probably not eating as good as me. And I can go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in 2 years. You understand what I'm saying? Like, got other things going on. Things happen in my life that like I had to, things change and shit like that. Whatever. I'm not making excuses for none of that stuff. But I mean, like, you can't bully me over like something as dumb as like my appearance.
Mm.
Anybody can fix nowadays. Like you can go to doctors, you can get Ozempic, you could all these different things. The last thing that used to be trying to attack somebody on is how they look, But when it comes to this voice, you can't take this voice from me. When I get in that booth, you can't take that from me, and you can't do what I do back there. Let's talk about that. Bully me on
Thousand,
the
bro.
booth. Bully me in the studio. Don't bully me with memes because that shit don't do nothing to me. Get behind that mic and bully me.
I respect it, bro. Let me see what these other folks been saying. Jay Harmony says, "Me too. I love Marshall Mathers and remember being made fun of for saying that he was my favorite." Stilo says, "Good music for sure. Got to bring that facts, bring the entertainment, bring the comedy, win the people over like a gladiator." Louis is funny. 1999 Rocky. Rocky saying, "Thank you." Facts. I'm not a fan of much of today's music either, as I feel that it has been watered down. We have lost the true essence of poetry and storytelling and rap. Honestly, dog, like I said, I think your music is definitely very it's very done. Like it's very put together. It's very well. You can tell it's thought out. You can tell it's even like DJ Wavy said, it's market ready, etc., etc. And honestly, me as a host, I'm very curious to see like what wins in this battle, like the market readiness or the pure just you know like straight hunger slash energy of Catalyst. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's going to be very
Yeah,
interesting. Go ahead.
I honestly, like, as confident as I am, and as much as like we be in the space and saying all the shit that we be saying and stuff, like I'm selling the fight. You know what I'm
Of
saying? Like
course, yeah,
that's
I
that's
see it.
that's what I'm here to do. I fully am aware that I could lose. You know, and I've had a discussion with you many a time about this, especially like when it comes to this WaveWarZ format, that I don't really care that much if I lose.
Mm-mm.
you know, um, of course I want to win, but like it doesn't bother me. Like it just the most annoying thing is just that people will use it. Like they keep on bringing up the profit shit. Like so it's like a blemish. You understand? But it
Mm.
doesn't stop. It doesn't stop anything that I'm doing. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't stop anything whatsoever. So I'm fully aware, like just the way that WaveWarZ is set up. I understand there's a possibility that things might not go my way, but I do feel like uh, what I'm gonna present on Sunday, the music that that I've curated. I really think that anyone with ears is going to appreciate it. I
Yeah.
think that's what's going to happen, and I think some people are going to be shocked at the level of some of the stuff that I'm going to bring to the table. I don't think I think some of it is going to be very unexpected, and you know, some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. I also know that there's another thing, that I have to address too, is that like another reason why I say like when I lose, it's a like paper losses and shit like that. There are people that hate me so much that like they just intentionally try to help me lose. Try to force a lose. So that's why it's like, especially like with that chart stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like if you see massive buy on Catalyst all night long, it's I don't think that is necessarily a good judgment of the music that's being played. It's just like, well, I like that person and I don't like you. You know,
Mm.
I'm not saying that's how it always is, but I'm just saying that like that's something that comes with me, and that's just something that I have to deal with. Sometimes my skill doesn't matter when there's a bunch of people who just dislike me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not making that an excuse, but that is a reality that I have to deal with. There are people who don't like me. They're going to take the poll, they're going to send it to 10 people, and they're going to say vote for the other person. These things happen. you know I try to move with integrity. Like I don't believe in, like, to me it sounds so crazy to me that like I would be in a battle, in the midst of a battle with somebody, and I'm actually going on the website and like betting on myself. That shit sounds crazy to me. I am not that's not in I'm not in the same school of thought with that. And shout out to the people who do it. More power to you. You know how to win the game, but that's not how I want to win. I
Okay.
want the other people to put the money on me. Like I'm not. That shit is crazy. Like in what sport can you do that?
That's
And
why we
what
make new things,
name
man.
a sport, name a competition where you can go and you can bet on yourself or give yourself the advantage, and it's not referred to as cheating. In what sport can you do that? So
What
like, nah.
WaveWarZ judges is not necessarily what music is better, it's what music will like is more likely to win in the world. And that includes an artist investing in themselves. So like the fact that people can bet on themselves on the charts is kind of a proxy for somebody investing in their music career. Although albeit it's not one to one, but it's like what we're testing for is not the same thing that most other sports test for. We are testing for, given we're trying to create a smaller version of the wider world. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're talking about the real world, the way things really work is people do put money up to get their songs in front of blah 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 in more people. People do, create campaigns against somebody else to get people to listen to your record and trash another record. Like these are real things. You know what I'm saying? So like it might not be pretty, it might not be exactly what everybody expects, but like that's why we kind of got to explain it sometimes, let folks know this is a different type of competition. Like we want to show folks, we want to give artists great data, like at least in our microcosm of what we can do, and the bigger we get, the more accurate the data will be as to like how this music will perform in the real world versus another artist or another type of music, etc., etc. So that's the true goal with WaveWarZ. So yeah, I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, nah, I get it, man. Like I said, like I like what y'all are doing. Obviously, I wouldn't attach myself to it, if I didn't, believe in you and believe in the platform, but like I said, just for my own personal values and stuff like that, like I can't, you know,
I get it. Understood.
I'm not losing sleep at night over, oh my god, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not something that's gonna move me. It might move other people if that's what, but it doesn't move me. Um but I'm here for the fun of it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got a lot of respect for Catalyst. A lot of love for him, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no
Mm.
love tomorrow until maybe after, you know. Um, but I'm coming in there really, like I said, just to showcase. I think it's going to be a huge difference. Like I said, I'm not trying to match his energy, you know. So he
Right.
might come with like a super bouncy up tempo record, and I might play something slow as shit. You know, like the polar opposite. I'm not doing anything like what you're doing. You know, so but in the same respect, like I don't know what he. I know that he's not dumb. You know, think
Right.
that he. I think that he has a not that he that I don't think he respects me. I'm sure he does, but I think he respects me a little more than he lets on in public in these spaces. Um, and I think that, you know, when he's saying stuff like I'm not going to do, I think he's thinking about it a lot more than he lets on. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think he's
absolutely.
strategizing a lot more than he's letting on. I don't think he's just going to come in there and he's just going to just play whatever records. And I also don't think that he would have put out that record that he put out like a week or two ago dissing me if
If he didn't have something else,
he didn't he didn't have another one.
I agree.
You know, like I don't think he's that slow. Um, so I think it's gonna be a good battle, man. I'm intrigued to see what he does, but like I said, I'm gonna come with some bombs and some surprises, bro. And
I already know, man. I'm so hyped for that, bro. Like when I
yeah,
heard you went to the studio, bro, I was cheesing, bro. I was like, yo, this shit about to be crazy, bro. So
yeah. You always expect the unexpected with me, bro. I'm always, you know, one thing you're always gonna get with me, whether you like me or not, is I'm gonna entertain.
facts.
At the very least, I'm gonna put on a show. I'm gonna do something that people are gonna talk about. And like when Catalyst was just saying, like he don't know why I keep on saying we're gonna compare this to God Cloud and Canon. I'm not saying in the sense of like we're gonna do what they did, because it's not going to be the same thing that we're doing, but like as far as like the level of the music and the competition, the competitiveness, the hunger, and honestly, if you know, no, you know, no disrespect to either of those two guys, even though one of them I really don't fucking like that guy, and you know that. um, but I think musically it's going to be 10 times better than God Cloud and Cannons. I think just on a from a
Damn.
music perspective, like from a
Okay.
listening experience, I think it's going to be a way better battle in that sense. Not in the sense of rah, 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 we're attacking each other,
Right,
but
right, right,
I think the music, because I know what I'm coming with, you
right.
know,
I was
and I
actually,
think
I was at. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I didn't know you.
no, I was gonna say, you know, I expect that Catalyst is gonna come with some heat. You know, I'm not expecting him to come with, you know, no whack shit. I know that there's some records that I already know there's some records he has to play. Like you know, and that kind of like puts him at a disadvantage too, because like he doesn't know shit that I'm gonna play.
Thanks.
I know he's gonna play double back. I know he's gonna play limit breaker. And you know, the thing is, it would be a disservice if he didn't. You know, like he could try to go that route and say, I'm gonna do what Rocky's doing and not touch the bag of shit that people know. Nah, you need to go in that bag. You need to play double back. You need to play limit breaker. Play those songs that the people are familiar with, because those are your gems. You got to come with those. You know, so but I'm interested, man. 10 is a lot of songs.
Yeah.
You know, 10 is a lot of songs, and you know, I got my I'm loaded up. You know, the clip is full, so we're gonna see what happens.
Say less, man. Stilo said, Hurricane, can you mention this? Bring the entertainment, bring the comedy, win the people over like a gladiator, sell the fight. Also, slow songs are not good for battles. That's according to what Stilo said. And then Catalyst says, hey, it's a Ninja Turtle, fifth Ninja Turtle. He's wild in the chat. But
I I love the Ninja Turtles, bro. Like that was the crazy thing. Like, can I address that real quick, because like so
all right,
this
but I will say this: we are 4 minutes over time, so Yeah, we do got to wrap up soon because I got a tight schedule I got to do today. But go ahead,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say like the this dude he made an AI version of my picture with like a Ninja Turtle, and like I don't know, like the inner child in me loves that shit, bro. I grew up reading Ninja Turtle books. Used to write book reports on them shits, watching the Ninja. So it's like you made me a Ninja Turtle. Like I don't know how you thought that was like. I don't know, bro, but it was like cool. I almost wanted to like take it. Like I almost wanted to hit him up, like, yo, can you send me the card, like, so I can have something. I think the only thing I didn't like was like that he called me a bozo, but it's like you made me a Ninja Turtle, so like cool. Like imagine if I could like they made like an animated movie of Ninja Turtles and I got to be the voice, like that would be dope to me. Like, like I don't want to like I don't know, bro. I don't know the things that people think that they're trolling. Like that's why I said like you can't really bully me, bro. Like that shit is dumb to me.
Yeah, Steve-O said it best. Haha, Rocky flips everything. This is gonna be fun. but
Yeah, like dude was called. They're calling me Pebbles. I fucked around and I put that in a lyric and I said yeah because I am like Pebbles because Pebbles is cereal and you got me in your mouth every single morning when you wake up. First thing you do, Rocky in your mouth like cereal. Like come on, bro. Like you can I'm unbullyable, bro. You can't do this. And I'm way too smart. I'm very smart. I'm very intellectual.
I see that. I see
I
that.
went to Catholic school, bro. I had a good education.
Yeah.
My mother wanted a good education for me. I didn't start in public school. I ended up in public school my last 2 years, but like I had, they paid tuition, for me to have a good education, which I did. I'm very smart. I'm not dumb, you know. So hey, keep fucking with me if you want to.
Yo. All right, man. Last thoughts before the battle. Last words. If you want to say anything to the people, man, let us know, dog.
Man, just if you want to see a show, if you want to be entertained, pull up, man. You want to hear some good music, you want to see some surprises. It's gonna be a ton of those. You're not gonna want to miss it. Like you're gonna want to be there for this live. It's not gonna be the same thing hearing about it. Um, they're gonna be talking about this. I promise you, we're gonna talk about this. It's gonna be remembered. It's gonna be one of the standout battles, win or lose. I don't know what side I'm gonna actually be on, but by the time that night is over, I think we're gonna make WaveWarZ history. Me and Catalyst.
God bless, bro. I agree. I'm hyped for this one. Rocky versus Catalyst, April 12th, 7 p.m. EST. We're going to be on all the lives. But if you want to be really, really in the thick of it, we're going to be on X. Wars on X/Twitter. Man, you heard it here. Shout out to my G Rocky. Thank you for coming on the interview. Thank you for coming to the face off. Thank you for accepting the battle, man. Let's make history one
Drink your water.
more
If you
time.
didn't have water today, drink your water, man. That's
That
all I'm
ass
doing.
man's drinking that fancy water too, bro. You got that Fiji on deck, bro. I see,
Come on,
dog.
man. They be talking about the wrong things, man. What kind of water you drinking? That's what I gotta.
God damn,
Get
bro.
your water game up.
Shame up, bro. Stay wavy, fam. Dude.